Do you remember the magic of a 1985 Christmas morning? When the most important thing in the world was sitting under the tree, waiting to be unwrapped? Today, we're going back to that exact moment to revisit 20 toys that dominated wish lists back then, but have completely vanished now. These weren't just toys. They were little cultural icons you'll probably never see on a store shelf again. Welcome back to Nostalgia Avenue, your #1 source for a trip down memory lane. Christmas 1985 was a landmark year for toys. Companies were in a creative frenzy, all fighting for a spot on your letter to Santa. The toys on this list didn't just sell well, they helped define an entire childhood. But today, they're ghosts of Christmas past. Some were wiped out by new technology, others were one-hit wonders, and a few just quietly faded away. So grab some hot cocoa, settle in, and let's unwrap 20 Christmas toys from 1985 that have vanished forever. Number 20. Fisher-Price roller skates. Kicking off our list is a toy that was a rite of passage for countless 80s kids, the Fisher-Price roller skates. These weren't sleek rollerblades. They were chunky, plastic contraptions that you strapped right over your shoes. They were adjustable, so they grew with you, and honestly, they were built like tanks. The real genius was their low speed, designed so you could learn to skate without immediately breaking an arm. For so many of us, these were the first taste of freedom on wheels. Eventually, inline skates and sleeker designs took over, and this chunky, over-the-shoe version quietly rolled right out of existence. Number 19. Crayon Bank. Remember these things? The giant crayon bank was a simple, brilliant idea. A huge, oversized plastic crayon hollowed out to be a piggy bank. They came in all the classic Crayola colors and stood tall on a kid's dresser, towering over your other toys, a colorful monument to saving your allowance for the next toy. Official Crayola versions like this aren't made anymore, turning these giant crayons into pure 80s bedroom relics. Number 18. Mattel Tough Stuff Shoppin' Basket. Before we did actual grocery runs, we were practicing with the Mattel Tough Stuff Shoppin' Basket. This brightly colored, super durable plastic cart came with a bunch of plastic food and was all about imaginative play, letting kids act like the grown-ups, pushing their own groceries just like on those pre-holiday shopping trips. The Tough Stuff line was famous for its durability, but as toy trends changed, this specific model vanished from shelves, becoming a lost artifact of childhood errands. Number 17. Fisher-Price Camera. In a world before smartphones, the Fisher-Price camera gave kids their first shot at being a photographer. This sturdy, kid-proof camera didn't really take pictures, of course. Its magic was all in the make-believe. You'd press the button, a flash cube would turn, and you could look through the viewfinder at a series of charming illustrations. It was all about the act of capturing a moment. This specific, iconic design, with its satisfying click and rotating flash, faded from existence as toy cameras went digital. Number 16. RoboForce. In the robot-obsessed mid-80s, RoboForce tried to carve out its own piece of the action. These weren't your typical humanoid robots. They were known for their suction cup bases, which let them stick to smooth surfaces, and their crusher arm action. Each character had a unique industrial design, from the hero Max Steel to the villain Hun Dredd. But despite a toy line and an animated special, RoboForce just couldn't compete. After a short run, they were yanked from shelves and never really came back. Number 15. GoBots. And speaking of the competition, let's talk about GoBots. For a brief moment, the toy aisle was a war zone between Transformers and GoBots. Tonka's GoBots were the other transforming robots, and in 1985, they were everywhere. They were usually smaller, simpler, and cheaper than Transformers. But the Transformers cartoon and movie created a much richer world, and Hasbro ultimately won the robot war. Once Hasbro absorbed Tonka, GoBots were basically shoved into the vault and forgotten. Number 14. Ewok Plush Doll. Fresh off the massive success of Return of the Jedi, the world had a serious case of Ewok fever. By Christmas 1985, every kid wanted their own furry little friend from the forest moon of Endor. These plush dolls were just adorable, perfectly capturing that cuddly but fierce look of characters like Wicket. They weren't just Star Wars figures, they were stuffed animals you could take to bed. While Star Wars merch is forever, these specific original-run plush Ewoks from the mid-80s are long gone. Number 13. Mr. Frosty. Who needed to wait for the ice cream truck when you had Mr. Frosty? This awesome snowman-shaped machine was your own personal slushie maker. You'd stuff ice cubes into his hat, turn a crank on his back, and dispense the crushed ice into a little cup. Then, you'd add flavored syrups to create a sugary, icy masterpiece. The original snowman design eventually melted away from the market, leaving this beloved kitchen counter toy as just a slushy-flavored memory. Number 12. Sectaurs. Sectaurs were one of the most inventive action figure lines of 1985. The whole idea was warriors of Symbion, insect-themed heroes and villains telepathically bonded to giant, rideable insect puppets. You'd literally put your hand inside a huge spider or beetle and control it, while your action figure rode on top. The figures themselves were incredibly detailed. Unfortunately, despite the amazing concept, Sectaurs had a short lifespan. When the line was canceled, these incredible bug-mounted warriors vanished almost overnight. Number 11. Gremlins. Posable stripe figure. The movie Gremlins was a cultural phenomenon, and by 1985, the toy line was still a hot ticket. The must-have figure was, of course, the main villain, Stripe. This posable figure brought the terrifying little monster right into your bedroom. He was menacing, detailed, and the perfect bad guy for your other action figures. But like so many movie-based toy lines, once the film's initial hype died down, production just stopped, making the original Stripe figure a rare and spooky collectible that disappeared from stores. If these memories are hitting you right in the feels, hit subscribe so you don't miss our next trip down memory lane. We're about to hit the top 10, and there's a toy in the top 3 that caused absolute chaos in toy stores. Number 10. WWF Superstars Wrestling Ring. In the mid-80s, Hulkamania was running wild. The WWF Superstars line of big, rubbery action figures was on every kid's wish list, and you couldn't have the figures without the ring. It had blue posts, red, white, and blue ropes, and a mat that you could slam your figures onto with a satisfying thud. It was the arena where epic battles between Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Roddy Piper happened every afternoon. As the wrestling world changed and LJN stopped making the figures, this iconic ring left the toy aisle for good. Number 9. My Child Dolls. In the great doll war of the 80s, Mattel launched a direct competitor to the Cabbage Patch Kids, the My Child doll. Produced from 1985 to 1988, these dolls were famous for their soft, felt-like skin and beautiful lifelike eyes. They were designed to be a child's look-alike companion. For those who had one, a My Child doll was a cherished, soft, huggable friend. But their production run was short, and when it ended in 1988, these beautiful, felt-skinned dolls vanished from the market. Number 8. Rainbow Brite. Rainbow Brite burst onto the scene in a massive wave of color and pure optimism. The 1985 Rainbow Brite doll was an absolute must-have, with her iconic colorful dress, the star on her cheek, and that vibrant yarn hair. She was usually accompanied by her majestic horse, Starlight, and the adorable little critters called Sprites. The original line of dolls was a beacon of 80s cheerfulness. While the character has been brought back, the classic original doll design from the 80s remains a cherished but vanished piece of our childhood. Number 7. Micro Machines. Remember the guy who could talk really, really fast? The buzz around Galoob's Micro Machines was already starting by Christmas of 1985. They were incredibly small, amazingly detailed vehicles that let you create huge cities and massive traffic jams right on your bedroom floor. Their success was enormous. Although the brand has been revived, the magic and sheer variety of the original 80s and 90s releases, with their transforming playsets and endless collections, is a thing of the past. Number 6. Voltron figures. Form feet and legs, form arms and body, and I'll form the head. The Voltron Defender of the Universe TV show captured kids' imaginations like few others. The absolute holy grail toy was the set of 5 lion robots that could be combined to form the giant Voltron robot. It felt like an engineering marvel to a kid, a hefty, impressive toy that was the centerpiece of any collection. The original series and its matching toys were eventually discontinued, and that weighty metallic magic of forming the original Lion Force Voltron has never really been recaptured. Number 5. Care Bears, original 1985 line. The Care Bears were more than just plush toys. They were on a mission of kindness. Each bear had its own color and a belly badge that showed its personality, from Cheer Bear's Rainbow to Grumpy Bear's Rain Cloud. By 1985, the Care Bears franchise was at its absolute peak. Kids didn't just want one, they wanted to collect them all. And though they've been redesigned many times, the look and feel of those original 1985 Kenner Bears are a lost piece of gentle 80s nostalgia. Number 4. My Little Pony Original Line. Before the modern versions we see today, there was the original G1 My Little Pony line that helped define the 80s. These weren't the slender characters of today, they were chunkier, more horse-like figures with beautiful brushable manes and tails and a unique symbol, or cutie mark, on their flank. Collecting them was an obsession. Over 150 million ponies from the original G1 line were sold before it was discontinued, making this first generation of ponies a truly iconic and now vanished breed of toy. Number 3. Transformers Original G1. In 1985, one toy ruled the world of action figures: Transformers. The Generation 1 line was in its second year, and the battle between the Autobots and Decepticons was the most epic story on the playground. These were complex, die-cast metal and plastic figures that transformed from vehicles into heroic robots. Optimus Prime, with his trailer that converted into a command center, was the ultimate Christmas gift. The G1 line was eventually discontinued, and while Transformers live on, the specific designs and die-cast feel of those original 1985 figures have vanished forever. Number 2. Cabbage Patch Kids. Few toys have ever created a public frenzy quite like the Cabbage Patch Kids. The legendary riots for these dolls peaked in 1983, but the craze was still a force of nature by Christmas 1985. These weren't just dolls, they were adoptable kids. Each one came with a unique name and a birth certificate from Babyland General Hospital. The idea that no two were exactly alike drove parents into a frenzy to find one. While the brand still exists, the cultural madness and the specific look of the original Coleco dolls from that era are a phenomenon we will truly never see again. Number 1. Teddy Ruxpin. And here it is. At number 1, the toy that brought technology and friendship together in a way nobody had ever seen before. Teddy Ruxpin. Released in the fall of 1985, this animatronic bear was pure magic. You'd place a cassette tape in his back, and he would come to life, moving his eyes and mouth while reading you stories. He was the best-selling toy of both 1985 and 1986, a groundbreaking piece of tech that felt like a real talking friend. Eventually, the analog technology became obsolete and the original Worlds of Wonder version was discontinued, making the world's first animatronic talking toy the ultimate vanished icon of a 1985 Christmas. And there you have it, 20 toys that made Christmas 1985. One for the history books. From simple roller skates to a talking bear, these weren't just plastic and fabric. They were sparks for our imagination and companions on all our childhood adventures. Looking back, it's clear the magic of these toys wasn't just in what they could do, but in the worlds they created for us. Worlds that, much like the toys themselves, seem to have vanished forever. Now I've shown you my top 20, but I want to hear from you. Which of these toys was on your Christmas list in 1985? Or which one do you wish you could have back today? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next journey into the past. Until next time, keep those memories alive.